Daily Horoscope for Gemini, June 14, 2025. As the vibrant energy of your solar season begins to wane, dear Gemini, June 14th presents you with a day of remarkable mental clarity and social opportunity. The cosmic configuration today particularly favors your natural talents for communication and intellectual exploration, creating a day where your dual nature finds perfect expression and balance. The morning begins with Mercury, your ruling planet, forming a harmonious angle with expansive Jupiter. This planetary conversation opens doorways to new understanding and creates an almost magnetic quality to your words. You'll find yourself especially articulate today, capable of expressing complex ideas with an effortless eloquence that draws others to you. If you've been struggling to convey an important message or working through a creative block, expect breakthrough moments as these celestial forces align in your favor. Your social calendar likely fills quickly today. With Venus highlighting your house of communication, conversations sparkle with wit and warmth. Even casual exchanges at the local coffee shop or while running errands could lead to fascinating connections. There's a particularly strong indication that someone from your past, perhaps an old classmate or colleague, will reach out unexpectedly, bringing an opportunity that resonates with your current aspirations. In matters of the heart, this Saturday carries a special energy for Gemini natives. If you're in a relationship, intellectual bonding creates deeper emotional intimacy. Share your thoughts, dreams, and even your wildest ideas with your partner. Today, they're especially receptive to your mental wavelength. Single Geminis might find themselves drawn to someone who challenges them mentally. Look for that person who keeps pace with your rapid-fire thoughts and responds with equal enthusiasm. Professionally, today marks a turning point in how you approach ongoing projects. The dual influence of your sign manifests as an ability to see both the minute details and the broader vision simultaneously. This perspective allows you to make adjustments that others might miss, while still maintaining momentum toward your larger goals. For Geminis involved in creative industries, inspiration flows abundantly. Your ideas today carry a spark of originality that deserves to be documented. Keep a voice recorder or notebook close at hand. Financially, intuition guides you more strongly than logic today. You might recognize patterns or opportunities that others overlook. A casual conversation could reveal financial insights worth pursuing, but exercise caution with impulse purchases. Your persuasive abilities are particularly strong today, but so is others' capacity to convince you of unnecessary expenditures. Your physical energy fluctuates throughout the day, typical of your mutable air sign nature. Morning brings mental alertness and physical vitality, making it an ideal time for activities that combine mental and physical engagement, perhaps a nature walk while listening to a stimulating podcast or a yoga session that incorporates mindfulness practices. By afternoon, you might notice a slight energy dip. Honor this natural rhythm by taking a short break to recharge. Respiratory health deserves particular attention today. The connection between your ruling element of air and your lungs is especially strong. Deep breathing exercises or spending time in natural settings with clean air would serve you well. Your nervous system is also highlighted. Practices that calm mental chatter while still honoring your need for stimulation will help you maintain equilibrium. A rare alignment between Mercury and Neptune in the evening hours brings moments of profound intuition. Your typically analytical mind becomes receptive to more subtle forms of knowledge. This is an excellent time for meditation, journaling, or artistic expression that bypasses the logical mind and taps into deeper wisdom. Dreams tonight may carry significant messages. Keeping a dream journal by your bedside could capture valuable subconscious insights. As the day winds down, the moon moves into your sector of home and family, creating a gentle pull toward domestic comforts. After a day of social and intellectual stimulation, this lunar influence helps you find balance through connecting with loved ones or enjoying the sanctuary of your personal space. Consider hosting an intimate gathering with intellectually stimulating friends rather than attending a large event. Quality conversation, in a comfortable setting, aligns perfectly with today's energies. Your ability to adapt to changing circumstances, one of Gemini's greatest strengths, serves you particularly well today. The cosmic weather supports your versatility, while also providing enough stability to make meaningful progress in important areas of life. When you honor both sides of your dual nature, allowing equal voice to your need for social connection and your requirement for reflective solitude, you access a wellspring of creativity and wisdom that characterizes Gemini at its most evolved. Today's planetary positions remind you that your greatest magic lies in your ability to weave connections between ideas, between people, and between seemingly disparate aspects of life. Embrace your role as the cosmic communicator of the zodiac, Gemini. The bridges you build today, both intellectually and socially, create pathways that benefit not just yourself but everyone in your sphere of influence. As you move through this day, remember that your curiosity is your compass. Follow the questions that arise naturally in your agile mind, but also practice the discipline of staying with a single thread long enough to discover its deeper treasures. June 14th offers you glimpses of your highest potential. Embrace it fully, with both the playfulness and profundity that make Gemini such a fascinating force in the zodiac. The planetary configuration on June 14, 2025, creates a fascinating energy matrix for Gemini natives. The Sun sits at the final critical degrees of your sign, preparing for its annual transition into Cáncer in just a few days. This final solar position in your sign amplifies your core Gemini traits, while simultaneously asking you to harvest the lessons of your personal season before it concludes. With Mercury, your ruling planet, positioned in Cáncer on this date, your communication style takes on a more protective, nurturing quality than usual. You may find yourself expressing emotions more readily than logic today, a departure from your typical air-dominant approach. Mercury forms a harmonious trine with Neptune in Pisces, gifting you with enhanced intuitive abilities and creative inspiration, particularly valuable for artistic pursuits or spiritual insights. Venus occupies Leo, activating your third house of communication and short journeys. This placement brings a dramatic flair to your interactions and may attract attention-seeking individuals into your orbit today. Social connections take on a theatrical quality, with conversations potentially veering into performance territory. Mars in Taurus activates your 12th house of the subconscious, creating a background tension between your desire to push forward and an equally strong pull toward reflection. This positioning suggests hidden energies at work beneath the surface of your consciousness. Jupiter, having recently entered Virgo, brings its expansive influence to your 4th house of home and foundations. This transit stimulates growth in domestic matters and potentially highlights family connections or property considerations that have long-term implications. Saturn continues its journey through Pisces in your 10th house of career and public standing, creating a pressure point around professional responsibilities. Today's specific position creates a subtle challenge aspect to your natal Gemini placements, requiring extra discipline in maintaining focus on long-term goals despite distractions. Uranus in Gemini, a particularly significant placement for your sign, forms a conjunction with the Sun today. This rare alignment electrifies your personal energy field and may bring unexpected revelations or sudden shifts in self-perception. You might experience moments of brilliant insight or unusual encounters that alter your perspective. Neptune in Pisces continues its long-term square to your Gemini placements, creating a foggy boundary between reality and imagination. Today's specific aspect pattern enhances your creative visualization abilities while potentially clouding practical matters that require clear thinking. Pluto, now in Aquarius, forms a supportive sextile to your sign, providing transformative potential particularly around intellectual pursuits and group affiliations. This subtle but powerful influence helps you tap into collective energies for personal evolution. The Moon, transiting through Scorpio today, activates your 6th house of daily routines and wellness. This emotional undercurrent draws attention to health matters and work relationships that require deeper examination. The North Node in Aries forms a sextile to your sign, highlighting paths toward personal development that involve courageous individual action rather than merely adapting to circumstances. This nodal influence suggests cosmic support for initiatives taken today that reflect your authentic desires. Chiron, the wounded healer, positioned in Taurus forms a quincunx to your sign, bringing attention to unresolved values conflicts that may require adjustment in your approach to material security. Today's specific lunar phase, approaching the first quarter, creates a decision point energy that resonates with your natural duality. You may feel torn between continuing a recently initiated project and making necessary adjustments based on emerging information. The asteroid Pallas, Athena, currently in Cáncer, forms a conjunction with Mercury, enhancing your strategic thinking abilities despite the emotional overtones of the day. This combination supports planning endeavors that require both intelligence and sensitivity. Lilith in Virgo activates themes of perfectionism and potential self-criticism, particularly around service-oriented activities and health routines. Be mindful of setting impossible standards for yourself in these areas today. The overall planetary picture suggests a day of intellectual stimulation with emotional undertones, a complex energy matrix that Gemini natives are uniquely equipped to navigate. Your mental agility allows you to process the varied influences, though the emotional currents may feel stronger than you typically prefer. The concentration of planets in water and earth signs today creates a grounding influence that can help channel your airy Gemini energy into productive outlets. On June 14, 2025, Gemini's communication sphere experiences a fascinating cosmic alignment as Mercury forms a trine with Jupiter in Aquarius. This harmonious aspect significantly amplifies your natural eloquence and verbal dexterity. Your mind is operating at remarkable speed today, making this an exceptional period for presentations, important conversations, or any situation requiring quick thinking and articulate expression. Words seem to flow effortlessly from your consciousness to your lips, creating a sense of communicative ease you haven't experienced in weeks. The Mercury-Jupiter trine expands your intellectual horizons while maintaining precision in your messaging, a rare and valuable combination. With Mercury also moving through your third house of communication, there's a doubling effect on your already considerable communicative talents. You may find yourself speaking with unusual conviction and persuasiveness. People aren't just hearing your words, they're feeling them. This celestial configuration creates a temporary enhancement to your already considerable charm, making it an auspicious day for negotiations, pitching ideas, or resolving misunderstandings that have lingered since late May. The lunar position in Leo activates your networking sector, adding a theatrical quality to your expression style. You're not just communicating, you're performing, captivating audiences, large and small, with anecdotes and insights delivered with perfect timing. There's an element of showmanship available to you today that can elevate ordinary conversations into memorable exchanges. Digital communication receives particular cosmic emphasis as Uranus forms a sextile with your ruling planet. Unexpected messages may arrive through unusual channels, and technological platforms become powerful allies for self-expression. Social media posts, emails, and text messages carry extra impact, making this an excellent day to update your online presence or reach out to connections who have been on your mind. However, Venus in your 12th house suggests you should be mindful about oversharing. Not every thought requires verbalization. Discernment about what to express and what to keep private will serve you well. The subtleties of nonverbal communication also deserve attention today. Your body language and tone may communicate more than your words, creating either harmony or discord depending on how conscious you remain of these elements. With Saturn's influence in your career sector, professional communications take on additional weight. Choose your words carefully in work contexts, as they're likely to be remembered and potentially quoted back to you in the coming months. This isn't meant to create anxiety, but rather to help you leverage the extraordinary clarity available to you today. Morning hours feature the strongest Mercury aspects, making this the optimal time for your most important conversations or writing tasks. The Moon-Neptune square developing in the afternoon may slightly cloud your typically crystal-clear thinking, so schedule accordingly. For creative expression, however, this dreamy afternoon energy can be channeled productively into artistic endeavors, poetry, or imaginative writing. Mercury's semi-sextile with Venus enhances the diplomatic quality of your communication, helping you navigate sensitive topics with grace. You're able to deliver difficult messages with unusual tact today, finding the perfect balance between honesty and kindness. This is particularly valuable in close relationships where communication may have been strained recently. Listen as attentively as you speak. The cosmic configuration suggests important information may come through unexpected sources today. Your analytical abilities are heightened, allowing you to read between the lines and discern hidden meanings in conversations. Pay special attention to conversations with Sagittarius, Aquarius, and fellow Gemini individuals, as these interactions carry particular significance for future developments. The day concludes with Mercury preparing to change signs, marking this as the culmination of a communication cycle. The insights, connections, and expressions shared today will resonate well into July, making this a pivotal moment in your ongoing narrative. Use this communication peak wisely, Gemini. The cosmic megaphone is in your hands. As Mercury forms a trine with Jupiter on June 14, 2025, Gemini natives are experiencing a particularly favorable day for financial matters. This planetary aspect creates an exceptional window for monetary expansion and opportunity. Your natural communication skills are amplified today, making this an ideal time to negotiate raises, pitch business ideas, or discuss financial collaborations. The cosmic energies support intellectual approaches to wealth building rather than emotional or impulsive financial decisions. Venus in your second house of earned income is receiving positive aspects, suggesting unexpected financial opportunities may arise through social connections. A conversation that seems casual could unexpectedly lead to profitable ventures. Pay particular attention to digital opportunities or side hustles that utilize your communicative talents. Content creation, writing, teaching, or consulting could be especially lucrative channels today. The Moon in Aquarius is activating your ninth house of expansion, creating a harmonious flow with your Gemini energy. This suggests financial gains could come through educational pursuits, publishing, international connections, or legal matters. If you've been considering investing in further education or certification that could increase your earning potential, today's planetary alignments strongly support such initiatives. Saturn's position indicates that disciplined approaches to money management will yield the greatest returns. Rather than seeking quick profits, focus on establishing systems and structures that support sustainable wealth growth. Financial planning undertaken today has strong potential to create lasting stability, particularly if you're willing to commit to consistent effort rather than seeking immediate gratification. A significant aspect between Mars and Pluto suggests hidden financial resources may become available. This could manifest as discovering an overlooked investment opportunity, remembering funds you had set aside, or receiving payment for past work you'd forgotten about. There's a transformative quality to this energy. Money that comes in today has the potential to be leveraged into something much greater if handled wisely. Neptune's influence adds a creative dimension to financial matters. Your imagination could be the key to unlocking new revenue streams. Consider how your unique perspective and innovative thinking might solve problems others haven't addressed. The financial marketplace today is receptive to fresh approaches, particularly those that blend practicality with vision. Mercury's position in your communications sector enhances your ability to discuss sensitive financial matters with clarity and diplomacy. If you've been avoiding necessary conversations about money with partners, colleagues, or family members, today's energy supports productive dialogue. Financial agreements reached today tend to benefit all parties involved, creating win-win scenarios rather than competitive outcomes. The quarter moon phase suggests this is an excellent time to evaluate financial projects that began around the new moon and make necessary adjustments. Review investments made in the past 2 weeks and consider whether they align with your longer-term financial goals. This isn't a time for dramatic changes, but rather thoughtful calibration of existing financial strategies. Uranus is forming interesting aspects today that could bring sudden, unexpected financial insights or opportunities. Stay flexible and be willing to pivot quickly if promising prospects emerge. Technology-related investments or earnings deserve special consideration, as do collaborative financial ventures that involve group innovation or forward-thinking concepts. For Geminis employed by others, today's planetary alignments suggest it's an excellent time to showcase your versatility and communication skills. Those in positions to evaluate your contributions are particularly receptive to recognizing your value. Don't hesitate to highlight recent accomplishments, especially those that directly impacted the bottom line or improved efficiency. Self-employed Geminis should focus on networking and relationship building today, as your charm and persuasiveness are especially enhanced. New clients or customers acquired today have strong potential to become long-term sources of revenue. The morning hours are particularly favorable for important financial meetings or presentations, when your mental acuity is at its peak. Regarding investments, today's energy supports research and information gathering rather than major financial commitments. Use your natural curiosity to investigate emerging market trends or alternative investment vehicles. Knowledge acquired today will prove valuable in the weeks ahead when more definitive action is favored. Jupiter's beneficial aspect to your sign suggests expansion in financial matters, but cautions against overextension. Growth is supported, but must be balanced with practical considerations. The sweet spot lies in calculated risks rather than either excessive caution or recklessness. Trust your intellectual analysis over emotional reactions when evaluating financial opportunities today. For Gemini, on June 14, 2025, the cosmic energies are aligning to create several remarkably fortunate areas in your life. With Mercury, your ruling planet, forming a harmonious trine with Jupiter in Libra, your creative and romantic sectors are especially blessed today. This powerful alignment opens channels for self-expression and brings opportunities through artistic pursuits, hobbies that bring joy, and matters of the heart. If you've been working on any creative projects, today offers the perfect energy to showcase your work or take it to the next level. The universe is supporting your creative voice and encouraging you to share it with others. Communication is another fortunate area today, with Venus positioned in your third house of communication and daily interaction. Your words carry a particular charm and persuasiveness now, making this an excellent day for important conversations, pitching ideas, or negotiating agreements. People are more receptive to your perspective and more likely to be swayed by your arguments. This influence extends to written communication as well. Emails, messages, or any form of writing will flow more easily and be better received. Financial opportunities appear through unexpected sources today. With the moon in your second house of resources, forming a beneficial aspect to Uranus, sudden insights about money matters could lead to profitable decisions. Pay attention to unusual financial advice or unconventional opportunities that present themselves, as they may contain the seeds of future prosperity. This is not about taking wild risks, but rather about being open to innovative approaches to increasing your abundance. Your social connections are another fortunate area today. The positioning of Jupiter amplifies your natural Gemini charm and makes you particularly magnetic in group settings. Networking events, social gatherings, or even casual meetups with friends could lead to valuable connections that later translate into opportunities. Someone you meet or reconnect with today may play a significant role in your future success, particularly in creative or romantic endeavors. Learning and educational pursuits are highly favored, with Saturn forming a supportive aspect to your sun sign. Information you acquire today has the potential to serve you well in the long term, especially if it relates to communication skills, languages, or technology. Consider taking a workshop, watching educational content, or diving into research on topics that interest you. The knowledge gained now will compound in value over time. Travel, especially short trips, carries fortunate energy today. With Mercury in an air sign trine to Jupiter, journeys undertaken now are likely to be both enjoyable and beneficial. Even a short drive or day trip could lead to unexpected discoveries, connections, or opportunities. There's something about changing your physical location today that aligns you with positive energies and synchronicities. Technology and digital matters are another area where fortune smiles upon you. If you've been considering launching a website, starting a podcast, or engaging more deeply with social media, today's energies support these initiatives. Your digital voice carries extra resonance today, and content you create or share has the potential to reach a wider audience than usual. Your mental agility is at a peak today, making this an excellent time for brainstorming, problem-solving, or tackling intellectual challenges. Solutions to long-standing problems may suddenly become clear, and your ability to think on your feet is enhanced. This mental sharpness can be applied to any area of life with positive results, but is particularly fortunate when directed toward communication projects, negotiations, or strategic planning. Partnership matters also carry fortunate energy. Whether business or personal, one-on-one connections are highlighted positively today. If you need to reach an agreement, repair a relationship, or deepen a connection, the cosmic forces are working in your favor. Your natural Gemini diplomacy is enhanced, making it easier to find common ground even in challenging situations. Numerologically, today carries the energy of number 9, 1, plus 4, plus 6, plus 2, plus 0, plus 2, plus 5, which represents completion and universal love. This makes it a fortunate day for philanthropic efforts, spiritual growth, and letting go of what no longer serves you. Acts of kindness performed today create powerful ripples of positive karma that will return to you manifold. Colors that enhance your fortunate areas today include yellow, which amplifies your mental clarity, and silver, which strengthens your connection to Mercury's communicative powers. Wearing or surrounding yourself with these colors can subtly enhance the fortunate energies available to you. In terms of timing, the morning hours are particularly auspicious for initiating new projects or conversations, as the moon's energy is waxing. The afternoon favors social connections and creative expression, while evening hours are ideal for reflection and planning your next steps. To maximize these fortunate areas, remain flexible and open to possibilities. Rigidity is the only thing that could block the flow of positive energy today. Embrace your Gemini adaptability and allow yourself to follow where curiosity leads. The universe is offering multiple paths to fulfillment today. Your task is simply to recognize and walk through the doors that are opening before you. Gemini, your social landscape on June 14, 2025, sparkles with unusual potential as Mercury forms a harmonious trine with Jupiter. This planetary alignment opens channels for meaningful connections that extend beyond your typical social circles. The morning hours particularly favor reaching out to individuals you've been meaning to reconnect with, but haven't found the right moment. There's a special receptivity in the air that makes even long-dormant friendships feel like they never paused. Your ruling planet Mercury is exceptionally articulate today, giving your words extra weight and your ideas additional sparkle. Notice how people lean in when you speak. They're not just being polite. Your perspective genuinely captivates them. The Venus-Neptune sextile, occurring simultaneously, creates an atmosphere of empathy and intuitive understanding in all your interactions. You might find yourself sensing what others need before they verbalize it, making you an exceptional friend and confidant today. Group settings particularly favor you between 2 p.m. and 7 p.m., when the moon in Leo amplifies your natural charisma. You'll likely find yourself either voluntarily taking center stage or being gently pushed into the spotlight by admirers. This position feels surprisingly comfortable today. Embrace it, rather than deflecting attention. A fascinating conversation with someone from a different cultural or intellectual background could prove especially stimulating around sunset. Be open to viewpoints that initially seem at odds with your own. The mental flexibility you're famous for serves you particularly well today. Digital connections also receive a boost today, with online interactions potentially leading to valuable collaborations. Don't dismiss seemingly casual exchanges on social media. Follow-up conversations could reveal surprising depth and compatibility. For coupled Geminis, this is an excellent day to socialize as a pair, as your partner may reveal aspects of themselves in group settings that delight and surprise you. Your relationship benefits from witnessing each other in broader social contexts. Single Geminis might find themselves drawn to someone who challenges their thinking, but does so with wit and respect rather than confrontation. This person likely appears in an educational or community setting rather than through traditional dating channels. Pay special attention to individuals who ask thoughtful questions rather than merely making statements. Be mindful of a tendency towards social overcommitment today. With so many invitations and opportunities, you might promise more of your time and energy than is sustainable. Practice saying perhaps another time when necessary. Quality connections matter more than quantity. A friend who has been somewhat distant recently may reach out with important news. Create space for this conversation without expectations. Your listening skills are a gift they specifically need today. Your social antenna is particularly sensitive to undercurrents of emotion that others might miss. Trust these instincts. If something feels off in a group dynamic, your diplomatic skills will be needed to address unspoken tensions. The evening hours bring a particularly auspicious time for heart-to-heart conversations. The moon's position supports emotional vulnerability, allowing you to deepen bonds through authentic sharing. Someone who normally maintains a composed exterior may reveal their true feelings to you. Consider this a profound compliment to your trustworthiness. Pay attention to recurring social themes appearing in your life. Today brings clarity about patterns in your relationships that have been developing since March. This insight helps you make conscious choices about which connections to nurture and which might have served their purpose. A spontaneous invitation around 8 p.m. could lead to one of the most memorable social experiences of your month. Say yes, even if it means adjusting your plans. Your adaptability serves you well, and the universe rewards your flexibility today with meaningful encounters. Overall, June 14 marks a significant day for your social development, Gemini. The connections you nurture today have unusual staying power, potentially evolving into relationships that support your growth for years to come. Your natural gift for bringing diverse people together shines, especially bright. You're the connective tissue in your various social circles, creating harmony where others might see only differences. Gemini, June 14, 2025, brings a fascinating alignment between Mercury and Jupiter that amplifies your natural communication abilities. This cosmic configuration suggests it's an excellent day to prioritize meaningful conversations that have been postponed. Your mental acuity is particularly sharp today, making it an ideal time to tackle complex problems or intellectual challenges. The lunar position in Aquarius enhances your innovative thinking, so don't hesitate to approach situations from unconventional angles. With Venus forming a supportive sextile to your sign, diplomatic approaches will yield better results than direct confrontation. Today, practice active listening more than speaking, a challenge for your naturally expressive nature, but one that will reveal surprising insights. The morning hours between 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. represent your peak mental clarity window. Schedule important decision-making during this time if possible. An underlying Saturn influence suggests being extra cautious with financial commitments, particularly anything involving shared resources or investments. Digital communications may experience unexpected disruptions due to an Uranus aspect, so back up important data and prepare alternative ways